Hi everyone. Today we'll talk about update 44 that will come in several next months in Elder Scrolls Online. And why we're here? Because this update is gonna be really nuking. There are a lot of new, very long-awaited changes in for Elder Scrolls Online, and today we'll talk about all these changes and discuss this, and maybe we will speculate on some topics. And today I'm not alone.
Hello, my dear travelers. Kajiti Traveler is here again.
Yeah. And now we'll talk about this wonderful upcoming update. And in this update, at first we need to talk about this update in general because Zosis decided to move to another trend. It's a very good trend, by the way. Zosis decided now to launch one major DLC or chapter a year, but this update, like it was with Necrom or Goldrot, it's much bigger. And also this update, but the second update, they decided to cancel second updates of the year to make first update chapter much better and much bigger, like you can see in Gold Road. That was really wonderful in terms of overall content, amounts of content, etc., etc. And they decided to concentrate on autumn updates. Now autumn updates, it's not a separate DLC, but it's quality of life update, and this update is completely free for all, like it was with Infinite Archive or previously Endless Archive. It was renamed, if you remember. And update 44 also will be completely free. So let's talk about this update. And first, and one of the most important things about this update, that battlegrounds will be reworked completely. Currently, if you are playing Elder Scrolls Online for now, or if you've been playing since Morrowind DLC, Morrowind chapter, you know that currently battlegrounds are 4 versus 4 versus 4. So you are playing in 3 teams. Every team is 4 players, and you are playing different modes like Chaos Ball, like Deathmatch, like Capture the Relic, one of my favorite, personally, sarcasm modes.
Yeah,
Divination.
that's actually my favorite.
Crazy King. I can't say I like it, and I hate it because in Capture the Relic, it's if you have speed builds that you can, for example, Nightblade just run through the whole battleground, it's simply just win-win for your team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, that's exactly why I like to play with you this mode. So about Battlegrounds, now the Animax Online Studios decided to change Battlegrounds, so now you will play 4 versus 4 and 8 versus 8 in 2 different modes. 4 versus 4 you will play in a competitive mode between 2 teams of 4, and 8 versus 8 it will be a standard mode featuring power-ups and 2 teams of 8. So what are these power-ups? Like we can read from this new article, it will be also in the description if you want to read it by yourself, and also if you want to check these wonderful screenshots from the upcoming update. It will be different buffs you can get, for example, to increase your ultimate generation or increase your damage output or damage absorption or speed. It would be especially very, very useful for Capture the Relic here. And in general, what we want to talk about this very big overall rework. I guess in general, MMR matchmaking rating also will be remade, or maybe it will even be wiped. So you can start from the beginning because it's completely new battleground. So I think those will also reset MMR. But in general, it's a new battlegrounds. Yes, it's a competitive mode like it reminds me of competitive modes from Call of Duty or maybe from Destiny 2. It's very skill based, and why I do like this update, because previously in 4 versus 4 versus 4, when we've got 3 teams of 4 players in Battlegrounds, it's very often led to situations like 1 versus 7. For most players, it simply can't be can't replay it. Even in a strong non-tanking build, you simply can't survive 5 good oppressive builds. If you are not only playing tanky build, but if you are playing tanky build, you're almost doing no damage on battlegrounds in PvP. Simply just staying and waiting for other players to simply just making you out, and you simply just staying and taking a lot of damage. So it's more, if in my opinion, it's more skill engagement, and in general, it's a very good overall reward because now your skill matters more. You are not standing in front, is not standing in front of the crowd that's trying to oppress you with no chance to oppress it. At least for more players, this will
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, at least for more players, it will be more skill engagement in PvP, especially in battlegrounds. So, in my opinion, it's very nice battleground rework. But in general, last current state of battleground, current modes of battleground 4 versus 4 versus 4, this mode will return, like we can read from this article, but it will return like limited time events. So also we'll get new maps. You can see one of the new map with this. I think it's Wallenwood, something like Grasswood on the screenshots, and we can see some sheep at the backyard. So it's definitely a very nice update because we recently we didn't get new PvP maps, so it's very good rework. Now let's talk about next
New
reward.
companions.
Yeah, new companions.
Yeah. Again, I think of my favorite update this time. We get 2 other companions. One with a lockpicking skill and another one with a basically eagle sight skill from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's it's Tanlore in Aldmeri's Dragon Knight. She's got if I let me check the article. She got
it's the Dragon Knight has lockpicking and the Necromancer has eagle sight basically. That like a skill that highlights valuable bags of loot. So something for the crafters. So very interesting perks for the new companions, and I think those skills also help to make money because lockpicking brings you a lot of money nowadays, and crafting also, although not as much.
Yeah. And PvP jewelry selling also giving you a lot of money nowadays. When you buy jewelry for alliance points from the golden vendor and sell it for gold, and as already told, stealing, yeah. And
those are the best ways to farm money, actually.
Yeah, nowadays it is because currently prices in Elder Scrolls Online for resources are very extremely low, and they keep falling down. And the reason for that is the same reason of the most economical crisis around the world. So why it's happening in general in Elder Scrolls Online? We've got bigger amounts of goods on the market, but less demands because of the ease of the events. Different events, because a lot of events with free rewards and double drops of resources happens in the last 2 years. And it would be awesome for all the Elder Scrolls community. If not, nowadays we're not living in the economical crisis around the world. You all know the reasons. We're not here to talk about the reasons. But people, as a conclusion, people buy crowns much less. That leads to less crown gifts exchange for gold. And before you ask, it's completely legal. The Nemax Online Studios confirmed that several times on the official forums. You can check by yourself. So yes, it's legal. And this overall story means that less gold in the hands of most players, who are not doing crafts in dailies and not farming resources all the time, or do not spend most of their time in Elder Scrolls Online farming gold any other way, like for example PvP, as we've already been talking, jewelry selling or reselling of furniture. And less overall demands with the same amount of goods on the market as a result. And traders this time waited for 2 years, dropping prices a little bit all the time. But overall situation only gets worse due to the global economical crisis. And then recently, traders lost hope in the market's improvements and highly dropped the prices of resources. And honestly, same happens in real life, like it was in 2008 or recently in August 2024. With big corporations, investors always wait for some time for market improvements. But if the cost of the stock exchange share keeps falling, shareholders try to get rid of all shares. So here it is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, this is why crafting is not the best option nowadays to farm money in Elder Scrolls Online. Same like in real life stealing. I'm not embracing you to steal in real life. I'm only talking about Elder Scrolls Online. Just currently, stealing is one of the, if not the best way to farm money. Yeah.
And the most fun one, I would say. I've looked up the current exchange rate. It's 1 to 3,300. Seems to be really high.
Yeah, it's the highest in
Might be even.
Yeah. It's highest in.
I think it's really the highest in the history.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely it is.
Okay.
And now, next update we want to talk about is Scribing update. And update 44 will also will introduce new skill for scribing. If you don't know what scribing is, check our guide on our channel, overall ultimate scribing guides, when I've been talking about scribing, where to farm everything. And there are generally, scribing is a new skill line with something like 11 skills, but these skills are completely customizable. So, for example, you can spawn your mounts, and your mounts will either kick your enemies, or debuff your enemies, or buff your allies, or damage your enemies. So you just take an effect and you choose additional buffs or debuffs, or some effects that this skill is doing. So in terms of scribing, Zosis introduces new skill banner bearer, and this skill will also give you an opportunity to buff all your allies, no matter which group you are playing. 4 players in dungeon, or 11 or 12 players in trial. So it's also, I guess it would be very useful, especially for healers, because currently scribing, it's a really fun system, but it's not something paid to win. In general, scribing is it's very interesting system with a very strong potential for the development. And in terms of paid to win, because some people are saying Necromancer is paid to win or Arcanist is paid to win, and for you guys, of course, you have your opinion. It's good, but in Elder Scrolls Online, speaking objectively, in Elder Scrolls Online there are no paid to win in general. Everything has alternatives. You don't need DLCs to get meta builds. For example, if you're playing Stamina Damage Dealer, you can farm Leviathan, Selene, Berserking Warrior, or Advanced New Kid, another name for this set from Hellra Citadel. Briarheart, New Monacolite. Last two sets can even be simply bought from guild merchants. And when Arcanist and Necromancer were released, they were strong, but not something you can't counterplay, both in PvP and PvE, in terms of survivability and damage per second. In addition to that, Zosis also gave away, as you may know from my previous videos, every month news on Elder Scrolls Online, Zosis gave away many DLCs completely for free during 10th anniversary celebration during this whole year. And even during this month, you can simply get for free, if you haven't done this yet, simply just log into the game and get two very interesting, one of the most difficult dungeons in the game. It's Calcular Peak and Spanglair this month. It's completely for free, just for daily login. So?
Yeah, so get a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
Especially last year.
Yeah. So?
Yeah, I wouldn't say either that scribing is pay to win. Like, to be honest, there is no pay to win really. Like, the only thing is if you have done, was it with sky shards or like with quests on another, like for example, if you have done all the quests on one of your characters, you can pay to have them completed on the other characters, but it's like the only thing you can really pay for, I think.
Yeah,
the ESO.
Shards and skill lines, only skill lines if you already unlocked it on your as a character, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember that feature because I've never used it, but yeah, there is this option, but I believe it's the only option.
But you need to unlock it on your one character, and in general, sky shards are very easy to collect. It's just saving your time. It's not something really pay to win because there are no skill lines in this game. It's really just only this skill line will save you in every activity. No, there is no such thing in Elder Scrolls currently.
Oh, which is good.
Yeah. So maybe some sort of conclusion in general on this update.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's a very interesting update. Like the new companions, would like to try them out, and also the new battleground. I felt uncomfortable with the old battleground system because I'm a Night Blade and I'm usually overrun if there are too many people at the same time on the field.
Yep.
Also, the bombers, you remember the situation when you walk in somewhere, like you've respawned in like 1 minute ago, and you're walking in somewhere and you barely casted a skill, and then somebody just explodes themselves and you die again. It was depressing. Maybe it will happen. It won't happen as often with the new system because there will be less people in general, and also 2 teams instead of 3. So, yeah,
It's very good.
looking forward to that.
It's very good that you mentioned bombers because yes, it's a very big pain in the ass because especially if you are playing battlegrounds, bombers, you know how bombers work. Bombers are using the bomb, magic bomb skill, and it's bombing much harder if there are more players. So yeah, in this way, there's also some sort of nerf in bombers, especially in battlegrounds. So yeah, it's very good that you mentioned this because it's also was very, very painful, especially for the new players. And yeah, wonderful update as always. Zos is trying to do a lot of very nice stuff, a lot of different quality of the updates. They're trying to even even change some old stuff that also works quite nice, but they're still trying to improve it. And also, it remind me of the previous update, update 43, that's currently we're playing on live servers. Infinite Archive updates with a lot of new changes, with new visions and other stuff, different buffs, different collectibles in Infinite Archives, new arenas, also very interesting.
And housing tours.
Yeah, and housing tours, yes. So what is it? Can you remind us?
You can visit another person's house, even if it's not your friend, if it's someone not in your guild. But this person has to give permission for that. So in this way, we will be able to see more houses that people have built over the years. Something that you could only previously see if you were in a guild like Ethereus Arts or somewhere else, housing guilds.
Yeah. And we can
Because
find
usually it's hard to just click on a random person on the server and arrive in a very thought through interior. Usually those people are gathered themselves in guilds, which you have to be a member of. But now they can, just unblock their houses from viewing, and you will be able to view them for free, which is great. It's like a separate form of content in ESO that I really like. It's like interior design, but in the game.
And you can find all these houses for people simply just in Group Finder. So you just open, if you are playing mouse and keyboard, you just press let's P and you just see all the houses, and you can just put your house also there, rename it for everyone else to enjoy it and endorse it. So yeah, it's really a nice feature. And also, if we've been talking about quality of life updates, there are several not minor, but with a little detail, still we need to talk about some quality of life additional updates, like for example, reworked tutorials. Zos has also decided to rework tutorials, so it'd be even much easier for newcomers to understand everything what you need to do. Because in Elder Scrolls Online, you have just thousands of different storylines, tons of quests, tons of really interesting, really exciting adventures. And now it would be much easier for you to navigate through this whole very big bunch of adventures. And also Imperial City itemization improvements and different rewards. For example, in Imperial City now, I remember currently we have Imperial keys, and in every district of Imperial City we have one vault. And when you farm Imperial City, from time to time you will get keys, Imperial City keys, and for every particular vault you need particular key farms from this particular sector or from this particular region of Imperial City district. And now you will have just Imperial City, like they called fragments, and these fragments will be just usable for every single vault. So, and also you will get new loot, new rewards, new items from Imperial City. etc., etc. And the last thing we need to talk about are golden pursuits, this new system that also, I think it will be some sort of seals of endeavors, but time limited, like ZeniMax Online Studios telling us in this article. It will be some sort of additional thematic challenges with more rewards, nice additional source to get some useful resources or consumables. I guess we'll get something like additional source for keys, maybe undaunted keys, or transmuting crystals that currently are the most useful currency in the game, because for transmuting crystals you can buy simply almost everything. Maybe only with currency of Infinite Archive you can buy more than with transmuting crystals, because with new system of collections you can simply just get every single set from your collection you've already farmed for transmuting crystals, and also you can change trades, other things. So transmuting crystals is very, very useful currency, and you will get additional ways, as we can read, to farm this, not only to farm in-game currencies, but also different collectibles, items, simply for doing challenges in limited time, some sort of events and thematic activities, thematic challenges. So, and also new skill styles, it's like skins for our skills, also connected with the scribing system. So it is, guys, it's whole page. We've been not page, but but little post about upcoming updates we wanted to talk about. Maybe something you want to add?
I would say nothing for now, because we need to see how it will work in real life. Maybe someone can try it out on PTS, but I will wait for this update on a live server. And yeah, I think especially this new battleground system is something to look forward to. Like, it's a really big change for all players, because it existed for so long and now it gets completely reworked. So
Yeah.
interesting.
So a lot of good changes, and yeah, we'll see on the live server. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for the channel if you want more videos like this, different Elder Scrolls Online news, different guides, builds. Also check our recent Star Wars Outlaws guides and other stuff on our channel. And as always, we'll see you in the next video. Good luck!
See you.